The border. President Trump recently announced that his administration is preparing to declare a national emergency and plans to use the military to implement a mass deportation program. Somebody mentioned something about this on Truth Social, and Donald Trump quote tweet. I don't know what the hell you retruthed it or quote truthed it. I don't know what the hell the technical terms for this stuff is, but said that yes, this is true and he needs to do this. 10.5 million illegal aliens in this country. Truthfully, the number is probably double that. We have violent criminal gangs in this country. They're all over the place. Tom Homan went on Fox News today and talked about how exactly that would happen, but listen to Tom Homan on Fox.
A lot of people have wondered, how is this going to work? So how will it work?
Well, look, I think the president's been clear on the stage. As far as the deportation operation, we will prioritize public safety threats and national security threats because they pose the biggest danger to the United States. He's got three rails. So we'll do the deportation operation with the priorities I just talked to you out of the gate. That'd be the priorities. Second thing is secure that border. Lock that border down and catch and release and secure the border. The third rail is we got over 300,000 missing children. Over 500,000 children have been trafficked into the United States. This administration released them to unvetted sponsors, and they can't find 300,000 of them. And based on my 3.5 decades, some of these children are in forced labor. We already found some in forced labor. Some are in forced sex trafficking. Some are living with pedophiles. We need to save these children. That's going to be the third rail.
Remember when the media and the left said that 300,000 missing children was just some sort of conspiracy theory? In fact, Ari Melbler said on MSNBC when he was talking to Stephen Miller, we're not just going to delve into some anonymous conspiracy theory you pulled off the internet. This is absolutely real, and we've allowed this to happen. Not all of us, but the Biden administration has allowed this to happen while he was in office. 300,000 missing children sold into forced labor and sex trafficking. That is about as evil a thing as humanly possible. And if that ain't treason, I don't know what is. If it isn't treason to let in violent criminals that then murder our people, I don't know what is. Did you see the news from Laken Riley's trial? That Laken Riley, news came out that she actually fought for a very long time for her life while she was beaten to death in the most horrific fashion. Listen.
Someone else that you got to know that you lived with while you were here in Athens?
Alguien más que llegaste a conocer que vivió con ustedes aquí en Athens?
Giancarlo Hernández.
Giancarlos Hernández.
And how did you get to Athens?
¿Y cómo llegaron a Athens?
En Nueva York pedimos en Manhattan.
In New York, we asked in Manhattan.
En el Hotel Roosevelt.
And Hotel Roosevelt.
De Manhattan pedimos un vuelo humanitario aquí hasta Atlanta.
In Manhattan, we requested for a humanitarian flight to come here to Atlanta.
And when was that?
¿Y cuándo fue eso?
Como el de 9 a 10 de septiembre.
Around the 9th, 10th of September.
And where did you go when you arrived in Athens?
Y cuando llegó a Athens, ¿a dónde fue?
Al aeropuerto airport.
To the airport. Al
aeropuerto de Atlanta.
Airport.
Jackson Airport.
So you heard that right. I'll recap it. Our tax dollars were used to fly Laken Riley's Tren de Agua, however the hell you pronounce that violent gang. Our tax dollars are used to fly those violent gang members into our country where one of those violent gang members beat Laken Riley to death while she struggled and fought for her life for over an hour. The vast majority of people in this country demand mass deportations. The vast majority of people support mass deportations. The vast majority of people voted for mass deportations. The vast majority of immigrants who came here legally support mass deportations. But Squish Republicans, they're already bitching and moaning about it.
If the message is we're here to deport your abuelita, that's not going to work well. It has to be one of holding these hardened criminals accountable.
No. If you came here illegally, you have to be held accountable. Of course, start with the hardened criminals and gang members. But you've got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. And we don't have another chance to do it. It has to start now. And listen to some Democrats. Now, this is just the difference between Squish R's and resist D's, right? Squish Republicans versus resist Democrats. This is what we're up against. And we already have some Republicans out there surrendering. And the Democrats, you think they're surrendering? No, they're digging in for a fight. Listen to the Boston mayor.
What will Boston's response be if these mass deportations take place?
Yeah, look, elections have consequences, and the federal government is responsible for a certain set of actions, and cities, no individual city can reverse or override some parts of that. But what we can do is make sure that we are doing our part to protect our residents in every possible way, that we are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear and having large-scale economic impact.
They're already planning to resist, and our people, some people in the House of Representatives, are already planning on surrendering. That cannot happen. Republicans need to grow a spine. The American people voted for this. It was a mandate to do this. So why is it the very first instinct of some to just surrender? Absolutely cannot happen.